So last time in part one, I was just talking about keeping up with the Joneses, especially being in the NFL. You can see some of my jerseys when I played for the Raiders and the Chargers. And when you're insecure, you don't have this sense of who you are, especially coming into the league. You're so impressionable. You're seeing the locker room cars, and you're seeing the Ferraris and the Range Rovers and the Mercedes and the BMWs, and it can wear on you. So last time I talked about my parents buying me a car that I valued and cherished so much, which was my Pontiac Sunfire. It meant a lot to me. I think Pontiacs are out of style now. They don't even make those cars. I think they discontinued them. But I had a sense of pride. But it wasn't until I entered into an NFL locker room where I thought I had to look and dress. And well, I already looked. I was swole. I was 275. But that part made me start to question, my sense of self. And that it's very easy. I know we can all judge, but it's very easy to have material things define who you are. And so I decided to buy a used car, because I couldn't afford it brand new. It was like $100,000 car. And again, I was an undrafted free agent. I didn't have that kind of money. Maurice Green gave me the biggest hookup ever. He sold me the car for $50,000, which the car was valued, and I barely had miles on it, but he was just like offloading, here. I knew a friend of a friend. So it was a great hookup, but still, it was out of my league. $50,000 car at the time. I really couldn't afford it, but it was manageable because I was playing. And so here I am. I'm getting the oohs and the ahs and the oohs and the ahs. And I remember I was talking about how, Rich Gannon told me, make sure I invested my money, saved my money. And I forgot what player, one of my teammates said it to me. He goes, you get the oohs and the ahs, and everybody's looking at your car and your rims, and all this other stuff. And then it just goes away. It just becomes another car. It fits right into where other cars. And did it add any value to who I was as a person? Maybe a little bit. I was feeling myself. And then after that, it just kind of disappeared and went away. So maybe a month into, I can't remember the time frame. It's towards the end of the season, of the 2004 season, and I'm driving, 2003 season, and I'm driving home, and my buddy calls me, a guy that I went to school with, says, yo, why don't you meet me over here? This is Oakland now. And he says, meet me over here. So it's Lake Merritt, for any of those who know the South, the Bay Area. And so I'm driving over to Lake Merritt, and boom! My life changed. And for what? There's a greater point here. I'm getting ready. I'm talking to my girlfriend at the time on the phone, and I'm getting ready to parallel park into this parking spot to go see my boy. And this car pulls up on me, and I look. There's about 5 dudes in the car. I got here first. Doesn't matter to me. I started to reverse into the spot. I turn around. I'm talking on the phone on the Bluetooth, and actually it wasn't Bluetooth then. You had to actually plug in your phone into the car, and then it automatically sync up with the car or whatever. There was a certain phone so it wasn't Bluetooth yet. And as I turn around, a gun is right to my chest. Get out the car, get out the car, get out the car. I'm getting carjacked, and it just took me by surprise. And here they are, and they're just, and they're all in my ear, pointing the gun, and it was getting super aggressive. I thought, this is it. I'm about to die. They're going to shoot me, and I was spooked, because that was the first time I'd ever been carjacked. I'd had guns pulled on me before, but I'd never been carjacked. And, they're sitting there taking their time, unscrewing my diamond earrings. They're asking me for my money and my wallet. And I'm saying, everything's in the car. Just take it, just take it, just take it. I call the cops. And like in the movies, when you're so scared and you're so spooked, you can't even speak. I couldn't get anything out. And the cop was like, whatever. Cop care less at the time. And was like, what are you trying to say? I couldn't get it out. And so I finally was able to explain or whatever. But after that, they found my car like 3 weeks later, had blood in it, and it was just, whatever, insurance fixed it up. And I ended up getting rid of the car. After that, I drove a Bravada, and an Oldsmobile Bravada. And then from that, I just told myself I wasn't going to go back to a luxury car, because what I thought was I was bringing unnecessary attention. I'm not saying that luxury cars are bad or anything like that. But what I knew that for me personally, me trying to keep up with the Joneses gave me a false sense of security. Like it was like once it was taken away from me, once it was gone, it was just like I was just still left with Akbar. So, anyways, I'm rambling, but my overall point is that you're never to be defined by the things that you have, the things that you do, your job. People try to find these external things to validate who they are. And for me, my validation comes in who I am is in my relationship with God, trying to be a good person, take care of my family, those types of things. But those external things, your jewelry, your clothes, all that stuff, it doesn't mean anything.